Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of I Talk to Notebooks. My name is Sarah and today we're just going to be doing a more normal journal with me where I decorate my pages, and of course I'm starting out with some paper that I picked out. Today I went with a more kind of random theme. I didn't really feel like doing anything specific, so I picked some kind of vintagey looking paper and some kind of hippy dippy stuff and just went to town with it. Looked pretty good in my opinion with the finished product, and oh my gosh, today the original cut for this video was like an hour and a half that I spent decorating. Luckily for you I speeded up, but yeah, it's kind of crazy how long it can take. And I switched over to rubber cement because I think I'm just going to start using glue sticks for on the go because rubber cement sticks so much better, and I'm just tired of stuff coming unglued. I'm already coming unglued on a regular basis. I don't need my journal decorations to also be doing so. It's supposed to be an escape after all. And yeah, you'll notice that some of these pages are double-sided, or some of these paper inserts that I made are double-sided, and that's a real bummer because the non-shiny side is going to lose every time. So I stuck with the shiny side. And yeah. Found some papers that I hadn't used in a long time that I really don't know why. They're really great, and they're thinner too, so they don't add quite as much bulk. So I think it's good to have a variety. I don't see Michael selling as much non-cardstock decorative paper anymore in packs. I have a huge pack that I got from Michael's, but if you can find one, I definitely recommend having at least one on hand so that if you ever feel like your journal's getting unmanageably bulky, you can have an option to decorate without adding any more bulk. I just chose it for aesthetic reasons this time, but that can also be a good option if you're running into that problem. The problem with rubber cement is it gets everywhere. It's unmanageable, but then it's pretty easy to clean off because you can just scrub at it until it dries up and balls away. Then I just had these cards. Some of them were from that paper I was just talking about, and they actually had journaling prompts on them, so I'm really excited to get to journal through those pages as well, because it's good for having something to memory keep and, you know, force myself to write about certain topics. Had a hard time deciding where to put that, but it ended up there. Then we had This Book Belongs To, which is kind of out of place, but I'll use it. And this pink one went nicely, I think, with the background paper. And then I had the smaller cards, which were from a separate paper pack, and I just had them sitting out, and they've been annoying me for a while, so I just used them all up. And they're kind of flowery, so there's a little bit of a flowery touch to this set of spreads. And now it's time for the distress inking, which was really fun. I always have to like set limits on myself because otherwise I get overwhelmed by how many things I could possibly distress ink. So this time I just decided to distress ink the pages that were opposite pages that were covered with paper, if that makes sense. So I wasn't gonna distress ink entire spreads. I don't know if that's faster or slower than washi taping. This time I opted to do washi tape on the full spreads, but the washi tape can take a really long time too, especially since I tend to get really specific about it and really want it to look a certain way, and I can get really detail oriented with washi tape in a way that I don't as much with distress ink. Distress ink is kind of supposed to be messy. So yeah, anyway. You guys, I knew I needed to decorate because I had a couple blank pages that I had used in between decorating. If you know, like when you have stuff to write about in the in-between times. And I had started like, I'm just gonna write a couple sentences about this one thing. And oh my gosh, it was like this whole 2-page rant. It got like super crazy and super dark. And I was like, I hope nobody ever uses this journal after I'm dead, or like if I ever become a witness to some kind of crime and they need to read it for a court case. Like, I don't want anybody reading that. People are gonna think I'm psychotic, because that's the thing, when you're journaling, nobody knows if they're gonna read it out of context, like what you were thinking when you wrote that. Like for me, it was just, okay, this is a thought experiment, but for somebody else that might be like, this person is psychotic and wants to kill puppies. Like, I don't actually want to kill puppies. That's not what it was about anyway, but yeah, in conclusion, you can think about stuff without it really being your true belief. It's nice to have an outlet for that, where you can actually get it on paper. This is like the biggest segment of the video, is me like obsessively washi taping everywhere. Oh my gosh, it was so much. Like deciding which one to use, and then like layering it, and then layering it some more. But the washi tape pages always come out so pretty, in my opinion. I really like the way that they look. They're some of my favorite ones in all of my journals. When I first started using washi tape on a regular basis in my journals, that's when I really started to like how they looked. And that was sometime in college when I started using the markings by C.R. Gibson. Right towards the end of my first markings journal, I started experimenting with washi tape and paper, and I was really happy with it. These ones are really pretty. I think the thing about buying washi tape at Michael's is it seems really expensive at the time if you get like the full price ones that are only like 2 or 3 instead of the big tubes that are always on sale. But they give you so much more on those rolls, so I really felt like I didn't need to do that conserving thing when I used it, which you shouldn't do that anyway. You should use as much as you want to, but I definitely have some washi tape that came in tubes that I really use a lot, and I'm running out of some of it already because there's so little that they give you. Like here, I was going to go for that medium pink one, but I was almost out. I didn't have enough to do the page, so I ended up using that thin matte one, and it would not stick. Wouldn't. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was still expensive enough, like come on, like stick. So eventually I just went so crazy from it continuously peeling up, and look how nice that would look if it would just stay down. So I added some rubber cement at the end, which helped tie it down, but you should, I mean, it's washi tape, not washi paper, so that should definitely be sticking. That was really irritating to me. I really didn't like that, that I was having to deal with that. So even the rubber cement didn't fix everything. Oh, and I got some on my scissors. I didn't even see that happen in the actual time that it happened. Yuck. That's probably still on there. Yeah, and then this washi tape is from Walmart. They have, if you can get it, my Walmart is always ransacked almost, but a couple of times I've been able to find some like dregs of washi tape, and they have some pretty good sets for, you get a decent amount. It's not a ton, to be honest, but the designs are nice, they stick well, and that's really all that matters. People watching this channel probably don't need huge quantities of washi tape. Most of us have a pretty formidable collection already. There's a lot of pink in this spread. Oh, now it's time for stickers. I finally used that dream sticker that I've been like sitting on. Beetle in there, and then I was just looking through my new stickers that I got at Dollar Store or Dollar Tree recently, and they have a lot of good stickers. If you have the time to like be that person and like sift through stickers in public, you'll get a lot of good finds there. It's definitely worth a trip. Stupid parrot.